Hope you all are good. So, we are going to start today with grade 7 maths. So, you can find the lesson on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in using your email address and password provided by the administration. Then you have to select math as a language, math as a subject. Click on the continue button. Scroll down to grade 7 maths. And then click on view all lessons. Scroll down, we have to start with the very first chapter, that is number theory. And scroll down, we have to start with the lesson, that is greatest common factor. So you can find the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to select math as a subject. Then you have to scroll down to grade 7 maths. Then you have to click view all lessons. Start with the very first chapter, that is number theory. And we are on the lesson, that is greatest common factor. Let's start with the lesson, greatest common factor. Okay. Okay, what is the greatest common factor of 11 and 19? We have to write the greatest common factor of what is, I'm going to write greatest common factor as in short form, that is GCF of 11 and 19. So the greatest common factor is the largest whole number, that is factor of each of two or more numbers. Got it? So basically, you can please grab a notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important definitions. I'm going to write the definition of GCF on the board. Got it? Okay, the GCF is the highest. The GCF is the largest whole number. That is a factor of each of two or more numbers. So we have to write prime factorization for each number. So we know that what are the prime numbers? Prime numbers are the numbers that have only two factors. You can note down the definitions, they are very important. So the prime numbers, not prime factors. So prime numbers are the numbers that have only two factors. Which two factors? One and the number itself. Got it? So prime number has only two factors, one and a number itself. So you have to write the prime factorization of each number. Okay, so the numbers are 11 and 19. So we have to write the prime factorization of these numbers. So let me write down so 11 and 19. So 11 and 19, both the numbers are already prime factors. 11 is a prime number. You don't have any other factors of 11 other than 1 and 11. You don't have any other two numbers that when multiplied makes 11. Got it? So 11 is already a prime number. And then about what about 19? Is 19 a prime number? Yes, you have 19 is a prime number. 19 has only two factors, 1 and 19. You don't have any other two numbers that when multiplied makes 11. Got it? And makes 19. So 19 is a prime number. So there is no common factor here other than 1. So the greatest common factor for 11 and 19 is 1. They have only one common factor, that is 11. Got it? So what we did, we have to find the greatest common factor. So the greatest common factor is the largest whole number that is a factor of each of two or either more numbers. Got it? We have to what we need to do, we need to write the prime factorization of both the numbers. So the prime numbers are the numbers that have only two factors, one and the number itself. So the prime factors of 11 is 1 and 11, and the prime factors of 19 is 1 and 19. So the GCF of 11 and 19 is 1. Got it? Okay, good. Let's start with another example. Okay, the next one is, what is GCF of 6 and 14? So you have to write the greatest common factor of 6 and 14. So for the greatest common factors, we write the prime factorization of each numbers. So let's start writing the prime factors of 6 and 14. So what are the prime factors of 6? Prime factors of the 6 are 2 times 3. um i I suppose you already know how to write the prime factors of 6. So we can let me just revise. We can write the prime factors of 6 by dividing 6 by the smallest prime number. So the smallest prime number that can divide 6 is 2. So 6 divided by 2 equals 3, and then you have to divide this number again, a smallest prime number that can divide 3. So 3 is the only prime number that can divide 3. So 3 divided by 3 equals 1. So these are the prime factorization of 6. 2 times 3 is the prime factors of 6. Got it? You already did in grade 7. I'm just revising. Got it? This way you write the prime factors of every number. So let's write down the prime factors of 14 also. So you need to divide 14 with the smallest prime number. So the smallest prime number that can divide 14 is which one? It is 2. 14 divided by 2 is 7. Now you have to again divide this number by the smallest prime number. So the only prime number that can divide 7 is 7. 7 divided by 7 is 1. So the prime factors of 14 are 2 times 7. Got it? So let's write the prime factors of 7. Got it? Okay, now you have to find the common factor. The common factor is, you have only common factor, that is 2. That means the greatest common factor of the GCF of 6 and 14 is 2. Got it? So the greatest common factor of 6 and 14 is 2. Got it? Okay, on the top right corner, you have a test button. So just click on the test button so that we can do some of the examples. Okay, the first one is, what is the greatest common factor of? On the test, we have same questions. So let's start with the test. What is the GCF of 4 and 16? I'm writing the greatest common factor in in the smaller form, that is GCF. Got it? Do not confuse with GCF. It's the greatest common factor. Okay, so we need to write the prime factors of both the numbers 4 and 16. So let's write down they are the prime factors of 4, and you have to write the prime factors of 16. So let's write the prime factors of 4. You have to divide 4 with our smallest prime number, that is 2. So divide 4 by the smallest prime number. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. And then again you have to divide this 2 by the smallest prime number. So the smallest prime number that can divide 2 is 2. Okay, so the prime factors of 4 is, and these two numbers, 2 times 2. So the prime factorization of 4 is 2. And also for the 16 you have to divide them by 2. The smallest prime number that can divide 16 is 2. So 16 divided by 2 is 8. Now you have to divide this 8 again by a prime number, so it is 2. And 4, then you have 4 divided by 2, that is again 2, and 2 divided by 2, that is again 1. You have to divide them until you get the smallest, until you get the 1. Got it? So the prime factors of 16 are 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Got it? So now you have to write the you have to write the common factors of 4 and 16. So the common factors of 4 and 16 are 2 times 2. GCF of 4 and 16 is 2 times 2. That means it is 4. Got it? So you are given two of the options, 4 and 16. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Got it? Okay, the next one is, what is the greatest common factor of 16? What is the GCF of 16 and 8? You are given two of the options. They are 8 and 16. So do you know the answer? The answer is 8. Let's see how. You have to write the prime factors of 8 and the prime factors of 16. So the prime factors of 8 are 2 times 2 times 2. And the prime factors of 16 are 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Now you have to write the common factors. So the common factors are this one. So then GCF of 8 and 16 is 2 times 2 times 2. When you multiply them, 2 times 2 is 4 and 4 times 2 is 8. So the prime fact GC greatest common factor of 16 and 8 is 8. Got it? So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is, what is the GCF of 9 and 18? So just write the prime factors of 9 and 18 as well. If you have any problem writing the prime factors of prime factors, you can go to grade 7 maths and you can find a topic on the grade 7 math. Also you can search the channel as well. You can find the topic on the channel as well. Got it? So right, prime factors of 9 is 3 times 3, and the prime factors of 18 is 3 times 3 times 2. So you can revise the topic from grade 6. Got it? Okay, so 3 times 3 is, this is the common factor. So the GCF of 9 and 18 is 3 times 3, which is 9. So 9 is the greatest number that can divide both the given numbers. Got it? Okay, select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, so you can complete the test by yourself later today or either right after the session. I'm just moving on to the next lesson. If you have any problem with the lesson, with the test questions or anything else, you can just contact Any tutor on the Skype, they are available from 5 to 9, Monday to Friday. Got it? Just click on the back button so that we can on the next lesson. Okay, the next lesson is least common multiple. So we just did the greatest common factors. Now we need to do the least common factors. Got it? That means the smallest number that can divide any two numbers. Got it? Least common multiple. Okay, so make sure you have a notebook and a pencil so that you can write down the important definitions. Got it? I'm going to write the definition of the L least common multiple on the board, or either you can say LCM. Got it? LCM is just is a short form for least common multiple. So you can note down the example, note down the definitions. They are very important. Okay, the LCM is the smallest whole number. LCM is the smallest whole number that is a multiple of each of two numbers or more numbers. Got it? Okay, we need to do, actually we need to do the same. We just need to write the prime factors of every number. So and the example is write the LCM of 6 and 15. Okay, so the factors of 6 are the prime factors of 6. 2 times 3, and the prime factors of 15 are, that's what you did with the GCF. So again, you have to write the prime factors of every number. Got it? Okay, we have only, the only common factor we have is 3. So for the least common multiple, you have to multiply all the numbers, all the prime numbers. So all the prime numbers, that means the common multiples and the non-common multiples as well. Got it? Do not confuse with common multiples and non-common. 3 is a common multiple because 3 is the multiple of both the number. Got it? And the non-common multiples are 2 and 5 because 2 is the only 2 is multiple of 6 only, and 5 is multiple of 15 only. Got it? So for LCM, you have to multiply the common multiples and the non-common multiples. Got it? The common multiple is 3 and the non-common multiples are 2 times 5. You need to multiply the common multiples and the non-common multiples. So actually you have to repeat each prime factor the largest number of times it appears in any of the prime factors. See, 3 appears twice. So just multiply 3. Then you have the other prime factors are 2 and 5. Just multiply them. 3 times 2 is 6 and 6 times 5 is 30. So that is the smallest whole number. That is the multiple of each of two numbers. Got it? Okay, let's start with another example. Write the LCM of 8 and 12. So do not confuse between LCM and GCF. There is a bit difference between them. LCM of 8 and 15. For GCF, you just have to write the common multiples, and for LCM, you have to multiply the common multiples and the non-common multiples as well. Got it? So let's write down the prime factors of 8. And the prime factors of 15. So the prime factors of 8 are 2 times 2 times 2, and for the 3 they are 3 times 5. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to repeat each prime number, each prime factor the largest number of time it appears in any of the prime factorization. So you have to, we don't have any common multiple, so you have to multiply all the non-common multiples. We don't have any common multiple, so these are all the non-common multiples: 2 times 2 times 2 and 3 times 5. Got it? So 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, 8 times 3 is 24, and 24 times 5 is 128. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times, yes, it is 120. So the least common multiple of 8 and 15 is 120. Got it? Okay, on the top right corner you have a test button. Just click on the test button so that we can do some of the test questions. Are you on the test? Are you following the instructions? Okay, the first one is, what is the LCM of 6 and 12? So what we have to do, we have to write the prime factors for every number. So let's write down the prime factors of 6. So the prime factors of the 6 are 2 times 3, and the prime factors of 12 are 2 times 2 times 3. Got it? So for the prime factors, you have to repeat every prime number the highest number of times it appears. So here you have 2 is a common factor. So the LCM is, you can multiply the common factors and the non-common factors. The common factor is 2, and the non-common are the other numbers that are out. They are 3 times 2 times 3. Just multiply all the numbers. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 3 is 12, and 12 times 3 is 36. Oh, sorry, we have 3 common as well. So 2 times 3 is the common factors. So the common factors we have is 2 and 3. So the common factors are 2 times 3, and the only non-common factor is 2. So 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 times 2 is 12. So the LCM for 6 and 12 is 12. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is, what is the LCM of 11 and 6? We have to write the LCM of 11 and 6. So write the prime factors for 11. They are 11 is a prime number. You have only two factors. They are 1 and 11. And the prime factors of 6, they are 2 times 3. Got it? So you don't have any common multiple here. So you have to multiply all the non-common factors. So the LCM is 11 times 1 times 2 times 3. Got it? 11 times 1 is 11, 11 times 2 is 22, and 22 times 3 is 66. So the correct option is 66, and then click on the OK button. Got it? Okay, the next one is, what is the least common multiple of 6 and 9? Okay, so the prime factors of 6 is 2 times 3, and the prime factors of 9 is 3 times 3. So here you have a common multiple, that is 3. So for LCM, you have to multiply the common multiples times the non-common multiples. So the common multiple is just 1, that is 3, and a non-common are 2 times 3. Just multiply these numbers. 3 times 3 is 3, and 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 times 2 is 18. So the correct option is 18. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Got it? Okay, so you can complete the test later today or right after the session. I'm just moving on to the next lesson. If you have any problem with the lesson or question, you can contact any tutor on Skype. They are available from 5 to 9, Monday to Friday. Just click on the back button so that we can on the next lesson. Also, you can find these lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password. Then you have to select math as a subject. Then you have to scroll down to grade 7. Then you have view all lessons. We are on the first chapter, number theory, and the lesson we are going to start with GCF and LCM word problems. So we just did these two lessons. Now we just have to do their word problems. Got it? So the GCF and LCM word problems. GCF and LCM word problems. Okay, let me just go to the lesson. Okay, here is the topic. Okay, so let me just read the first question. Just listen to me carefully. So don't worry, on tutorial we have different questions, but the concept is same. Got it? Okay, the question is, Alice Sweet sells donuts in packages of 12 across town. Fulton Pastries sell donuts in packages of 18. If Lara wants to buy the same number of donuts from each bakery for a taste test, what is the smallest number of the donuts she will have to buy from each? So smallest factor, here you have smallest number. That means you have to find the least common multiple. Got it? The least common multiple of 12 and 8. Got it? So let's start finding least common multiple of 12 and 8. So LCM of 12 and 8. Okay, so we have to write the prime factors of 12. Of 8 and 12 as well. Okay, so the prime factors of 8 are 2 times 2 times 2, and for the 12 they are 2 times 2 times 3. So for the LCM, what we have to do, you have to find the common multiples. The common multiples here are 2 times 2. So you can multiply the common multiples times the non-common multiples. So the common multiples are 2 times 2, and the other two are the non-common, and they are 2 times 3. So just multiply all the numbers. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, and 8 times 3 is 24. So the answer is 24. Select the correct option. Oh no, we are on the tutorial, sorry. Okay, on the top right corner, you have a test button. Let's start with a test because we already know how to find LCM and GCF. So let's do just test questions. Okay, so the first one is Mackie has 15 frogs and 15 forks and 10 knives to place in silverware holders at the fast food restaurant where she works. She wants to distribute them equally with no forks or knives left over. What is the greatest number of silverware holders Mackie can stock? Okay, you have to find the greatest number. So greatest number mean you have to find the GCF. Got it? You have to find a GCF of 15 and 10. So let's start finding GCF of 15 and 10. Okay, GCF of 15 and 10. Okay, let's write down the prime factors of 15 and 10. Okay, the factors for 15 is 5 times 2, and the factors for 15 are 5 times 3. So for GCF, you have to look for the common factors only. So the common factor here is 5. So that means the GCF of 15 and 10 is 5. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button. So you have 5 silverware holders. Got it? Okay, the next one is Ariel and Sadi are training for a marathon. Ariel runs 3 kilometers at a time, while Sadi prefers to run in blocks of 9 kilometers. At the end of a month, they realize they have run same total number of kilometers. What is the smallest number of kilometers that each must have run? So you have to find the smallest number. Smallest number means you have to find the, yes, it is least common factor. Got it? So you have to find the least common factor of 9 and 3. So let's just find the LCM of 3 and 9. Okay, LCM of 3 and 9. So the prime factors for 3 are 1 times 3. Prime factors of 9 are 3 times 3. So you have 3 as a common multiple, and for the LCM you have to multiply the common multiples times the non-common multiples. So the common is 3 and the non-common is 1 times 3. So multiply all the numbers. So 3 times 3 is 9. Got it? So the LCM for both the numbers is 9. So you have 9 kilometers. Got it? Okay, select the correct option. Click on the OK button, please. Okay, the next one is Rick wants to display 20 photos and 10 drawings he owns in groups, with each group having the same combination of photos and drawings and none left over. What is the greatest number of groups Rick can display? So, which is the greatest common factor? Oh, sorry. What do we have to do? We have to find the greatest number. So, the greatest number means you have to find the GCF of 10 and 20. Got it? So, let's start finding GCF of 10 and 20. So GCF of 10 and 20. Okay, write the prime factors for 10. They are 1, they are 5 times 2, and write the prime factors for 20. They are 5 times 2 times 2. Got it? So for GCF, we just look for the common factors. So the common factors are 5 times 2. So 5 times 2 makes 10. That means the greatest number is 10. Got it? So here you have 10 groups. So click on the OK button so you can on the next lesson, or you can on the next question. So you can complete the test by yourself later today or either right after the session. I'm going to move on to next topic. So just click on the back button so that we can on the next lesson. The next lesson is the scientific notation we're going to start with. So let's start with scientific notation. Okay. Um, Scientific notation is just an other way to write down the numbers, represent the numbers. Okay, so the first, let's start with an example. How do you write 3.6 times 10 exponent 4 in standard form? So basically, this is the standard scientific notation. Got it? We have to write them in standard form. So basically, the power of the 10 tells how many places to the right to move the decimal point. So here the power of the 10 is 4. That means you need to move that decimal point 4 places right. Got it? So 4 places right in this number. So you have only one place right after the decimal. Got it? So you want to move the decimal point 4 places right. So first we have to add extra zeros to the right side of the decimal point. So we have to make 4 decimal place. You have only one. Just add 3 extra zeros to make it 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, now you have decimal places right after decimal point. Got it? You have to move them 4 places right. So just move decimal point here to here. So it would be then 30,000. That means 3.6 times 10 exponent 4 equals 36,000. Got it? Okay, let's do another example. Okay, the next one is how do you write 9.07 times 10 exponent 5 in standard form? Okay, so the power of the 10 tells you how many places to the right to move the decimal point. So that means you have to move the decimal point 5 places right in this number. Got it? So you have only 2 decimal places right after the decimal. So make them 5 extra decimal places. You add 3 extra zeros. Now you have 5 decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means you have to move decimal point from here to here. It would be then 90700. So this is the standard form. Got it? Got it? On the top right corner, you have a test button. Just click on the test button so that we can do some of the test questions. Okay, the first question on the test is how do you write 7.19 times 10 exponent 3 in standard form? So the exponent of 10 tells you how many decimal point you have to move, how many how many decimal point you have to move right in this number. Got it? So here you have 3. That means you have to move decimal point 3 places right. You have only 2 decimal places. Just add a 0 to make them 3 places right. So you have to move decimal point from here to here. So it is then 7190. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button so that we can on the next question. Okay, the next one is how do you write 8.6 times 10 exponent 5 in standard form? Okay, so basically the power of 10 tells you how many decimal point you have to move right in this number. So 5 means you have to move 6 decimal places, right? You have only one, so add 4 zeros to make it 4 places. Make it 5 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you have 5 decimal places. You have to move your decimal point from here to here. So it is then 86000080. Got it? So first option is the correct one. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is 4.82 times 10 exponent. How do you write 4.82 times 10 exponent 4 in standard form? So for the standard form, the exponent of 4 tells you how many decimal point you have to move right in this number. So you have to move 4 places right. You have only 2 decimal places. To make 4 places, you have to add 2 extra zeros to make the it 4 decimal places. Just move that decimal point from here to here. It would be 48200. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button. The second option is the correct one. Next one is 640. How do you write 640 in scientific notation? So 640 is given in standard form. You have to write it in scientific notation. So how do we write a number in a scientific notation? We have to just look for the zeros we have only one zero, so you have to put a decimal point. You have to move decimal point. That means you have to move decimal point from here to here, 2 places left. Now you have to move. So when you move them left, it would be then, so you have to move decimal point 2 places left. So it would be then 6.4 times 10 exponent 2. Got it? Because you have 2 decimal places, so it is 6.4 times 10 exponent 2. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. The next one is how do you write 1.57 times 10 exponent 1 in standard form? So you have one, the the one, the exponent of 10 tells you how many decimal point you have to move in the given number. So you have to move one place right, only one place right. You have 2 decimal places, but you have to move one place right. One place right means from here to here. It would be then 15.7. Got it? So you can complete the lesson by yourself uh, right after the session. So that's all for today. You can find these lessons on aplusstudents.com. Just log in using your email address and password provided by the administration. Then you have to select the math, grade 7 math as math as a subject. You have to scroll down to grade 7, and then you have to find the, we are on the very first chapter, that is number theory. Go to the number theory, and then you have to complete these lessons from the website. If you have any problem with the lessons or topic, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from 5 to 9. Got it? That's all for today. Thank you. Bye.